Hello YouTube and welcome to a quick showcase video for the level 100 two-handed physical Archon. And this video is going to be Bastion of Chaos. So the character itself has been level 100 for a couple of hours now. I've done a decent amount of farming, nothing too major, but I think it's been about 5 hours since I hit level 100. And I've managed to replace 3 pieces of gear from what I was using at level 100. So I've got a slight upgrade on the MI metal. It's the same metal, it's just got about an extra 100% or so fizz damage on it. It's a nice upgrade, but nothing too amazing. Doesn't change how the build works at all. I've upgraded the gloves. Effectively, these were very similar, but they had chaos, I think, damage on them before. Now they're basically physical damage. So again, small increase in damage, nothing game-changing. And I found this necklace with +1 to Shaman on it, which I swapped for the old one, which had +1 occult, not occultist, Oathkeeper. Now this one also has plus 5% maximum vitality resistance and 8% maximum chaos resistance, which means this is going to be really, really good for doing a zone with a lot of chaos and vitality damage. Like, for example, the Bastion of Chaos. So if you do find an item like this, I highly recommend doing some Bastion of Chaos. Now, Bastion, I would say, is probably maybe the second or third easiest of the key dungeons. I would rate Morganeth's Folly as the hardest, then probably either Port Valbury or Ancient Grove, and then the other one of those, kind of like equal second, I guess. Then this one, and then Steps of Torment is the easiest. For me, that's probably a personal opinion thing, and I'm sure other people may disagree, but that's what I think. So, yeah, we're going to do Bastion of Chaos. This is the first skeleton key dungeon that this character has done on any difficulty. I have a grand total of 1 key that I got from, I don't actually know where I got it from. I don't even have the recipe to craft them, but yeah, we're going to do Bastion of Chaos. And on my other monitor, I do have the Grim Tools map up for the Bastion of Chaos, and I am looking for the treasure trove that is in here, and I am looking for all the different places the Exalted chest can spawn. Now, where are we? We're over here. Okay, so there's nothing south of us. This is an island with nothing on it. There will be monsters, but there is no notable loot on that island. So, I'm not going to go there. I am currently bouncing between all the different places that the treasure trove can spawn in. This is one location. It's obviously not there. The other thing I will note about the Bastion of Chaos is we do have, where is it? Nemesis with the Chthonians. Now, I have ran into Benjar previous to this, and I did kick his teeth in, basically. The chaos resistance on this build at the moment is high enough that his slow, large but slow physical damage attacks was the only real damage I was taking. So, with this build at the moment, with, where are we? 90. That says 97%, but it should say 91% to maximum chaos resist because we got 6 from there. With this build, we take very little chaos damage, and actually at the moment we take almost nothing for chaos damage, which is definitely nice going into the chaos damage dungeon. Here's our Exalted stash. So this is one time only. This will never be here again, but I got a nice pair of pants that I'm already wearing. Does have slightly more PS resistance on it and less offensive ability, less move speed. That I would say is a downgrade in spite of the 3% more PS res. Okay, so I've got the Exalted stash. The only thing I care about now is a treasure trove, and there are 2 more places it could be, so I'm going to head to those 2 places now. I am keeping my eyes open for, on the minimap, for the skull symbol that denotes that Benjar is around. I'm not terribly worried about it. If we do find him, I'm just gonna kill him, and it won't be a problem. I killed him before I found this amulet, so with this amulet, I should take even less damage. I think I killed him before the amulet. Maybe I'm lying there. Maybe I actually didn't. But regardless, we're going to take him out. This is something here, but this is where the other treasure trove could be. It's just here. I don't think it's in this little section here. I think it's in the house. Regardless, it's not here. So there's only one other place it could be, and that's going to be up here. Unless it can also spawn inside the, like behind the key door. But I don't think so. One thing to note about this is, even though it is kind of like the chaos damage dungeon, they also do a lot of vitality damage. So keep that in mind. Balkanatu, Bloodfiend, strange name. We'll just kill him. As far as loot goes, I'm pretty much only going to be picking up blues and purples at this point. I am sitting on 2.5 million iron bits, which is honestly probably not enough, but we'll go with it. This is pretty much where they say the skeleton or the chest could be, so I'm guessing it has to be inside, or I just missed it when I walked straight past where it was supposed to be. But that's fine. So we're going in. This door used up my skeleton key, and once I'm in here, the only way to leave is either through defeating the boss and taking the portal, or closing my client and coming back in town, or death. So you can't leave once you're past that door. So once we get in there, I am going to clear a lot of it. Just kind of take it a little bit easy, because it is the first time I've been in there. My head is saying, hey, you got tons of chaos resistance, you'll be fine. But past experience is telling me that actually, remember, there's vitality, there's physical, there's a lot of other damage types in there. And, you know, just be careful. So, we've entered in the north, and we're heading towards the southeast. Each time you come into a skeleton key dungeon, there will be different doors or pathways that are blocked off, and you kind of have to just sort of wing it until you get where you need to go. On this first floor, we have 2 potential nemesis spawn locations. I am going to hit both of those locations because I do want to kill him if he's in here. And we have a fancy chest. It's not an exalted chest. It's more like a, you know, do a series of fights in a locked room, and they'll give you a chest sort of thing, similar to the reliquaries in like Steps of Torment. The other thing you can do is, because you are paying a skeleton key to get in here, it may be worth it to you to kill everything, to go everywhere, to make sure you kill all of the heroes. For me, I can get heroes anywhere. I can reset my client, go outside, like in the necropolis, and there will be a totem every single time. So there's 5 heroes there, so I'm not hugely fussed about it. But if that's something you actually care about, then maybe you want to go everywhere. Maybe you want to kill everything, get your maximum value out of your skeleton key. For me, I'll just make another skeleton key and come back and kill the boss. So, as you can see, I have never been in here before on this character, and yeah, first time. There's one more location where Benjar can be. We've already hit the first location and he's not there. So there we go. First legendary. I've picked up 1 legendary from outside, and I'm basically going to just kind of keep a tally of everything I get. I'm not going to go everywhere, as I said, like all of this top area. I'm just not going there. But I will kill most of what I find, and all of the heroes are going to die, or at least all the ones I see. and we'll just kind of see how much loot I come out of here with. I'm expecting at least maybe 3 or 4 legendaries, if I had to guess. I do see Benjar on the map there. You can see up here. Big old skeleton. Or a big old skull, sorry. Okay, so we do have a nemesis to fight in here, which is good. I was looking for him. Just gonna wait, make sure there's no traps here. I'm gonna drag him over this way. In spite of my confidence in being able to beat him, I do not want to fight him with, for example, Fosdaroth there. So I'm gonna try and drag these guys over one at a time, maybe. And just maybe be a little more cautious. I do think that I could just rush in there, tank everything, kill everyone, but that's kind of like, that's how you end up dead, put it that way. So we're going to kill off at least a few of his friends before we go in there. Keeping in mind, this is basically a level. This is basically a leveling build. Okay, alright, we're doing it. I got my finger on my Aether Cluster, I'm turning the loot off. I have my finger on the Aether Cluster and also on the potion. It looks like we're probably going to be fine. Okay, and down he goes. Blood of Chthon, and he dropped his MI, which I think they always drop the MI. But aggressive of Insight, not for this build, but I will take it. And then when you kill a Nemesis, they are standing guard over a Nemesis Trove. This will actually be locked until you kill it, so you can't just drag them away and open it. But Friend's Resolve, I think that's a pistol. Overlord's Iron Grip is gloves, and a blueprint. So they are pretty good loot. Yeah. Not for this build, but but they are good loot. So, previous to Shattered Realm, a lot of people would actually go Nemesis hunting, where their entire purpose was to just bounce between all the different spots where the Nemesis could be, and whether they went into the Skeleton Key dungeons was usually up to the individual, but a lot of the times, at least some of your Nemesis are going to be in the Skeleton Key dungeons. I'm glad that Benjar was here, because I had just made a short video showing my first kill of Chupacabra, which was pretty much exactly the same as that one. I just stood there and killed him, and occasionally moved out of the blood pools, and this leveling build was good enough, or powerful enough, to just kill it. Yeah, this is probably the strongest leveling build I've played. Just MIs, and I didn't even have this at the time. I had the +1 to Oathkeeper amulet with a small heal on it. And yeah, I wouldn't say he was, easy peasy, like you're not going to just walk in and kill him, but it was relatively straightforward, with little in the way of actual risk. I don't think my health ever went below about where it is now. I definitely took hits, but I was almost always back to full health before the next hit came in, if that makes sense. I was never in any danger of dying, and all the other leveling builds I've played, so far at least, none of them have been that powerful when they've been fresh level 100s. I mean, even the Death Knight struggled with some of the Nemesis, especially Valderan, especially Alexander, the Archmage Alexander, because they were the first two that... oh, this is the special chest, the Reliquary as well. Yeah, the Death Knight struggled with all of the Nemesis the first time he killed him, and the Death Knight had been wearing a full set of Kriegsgear from level 94, and this is stronger than that, and it has no sets. New map. So this floor has potentially a totem, has 2 more spawn locations for the Nemesis that's already dead, and has a quest what do they call him? Quest monster, who is Galabargok, who I believe is for the Outcast. So the witch in the Fort Icon has a quest to come in here and kill him. I'm not doing her quests. Having said that, let's have a look. Are we revered with her yet? We are. So I spoke to her once in normal, and then ignored her for the rest of the game, and she's like my best friend, somehow. So that's fun. But yeah, don't ever do her quests unless you need some of the gear that she's selling and you need it like yesterday. Just wait, and you will get revered with her very quickly. Just from, I mean, what does she want? She wants you to kill, I think, Chthonians and Ethereals, and that's like probably about half of everything you kill will be one of those two. So it's not difficult. Kind of have the feeling there's going to be a boss in here, but I don't think there is. Just going to clear it out just in case. The totem that can be on this level can be just here. Oh, there is a boss. How about that? Alright. I had it in my head that it was a big winged demon boss, but apparently I'm wrong. So he's dead. Dropped an MI and a blue. What is the MI? It's a medal for Blackwater Cocktail and Thermite conversion to Chaos. Okay, and 100% pet damage for some reason. Oh, subjugators, yeah. Alright, so this here, this can be a shrine, or a totem, sorry, but obviously it's not. We continue on. Just here is the first potential spawn location for the Chaos Nemesis on this level. Since we've already killed him, he will not be coming back until I reset the session. He's dead and gone. So I think at this point, the only thing I'm really worried about in this dungeon is the last boss, because he does a lot of fire damage. So potentially, could die there. There's no leaving either. So I don't know. If it looks like we're gonna die, do I escape and quit out, or do I die like a man? I think for the purposes of this video, I have to quit out. But normally I would just let myself die. I try not to use the escape quit trick. And since you can't portal, that's the only way you get out. You either win, you die, or you quit the game. So far at least we've had a couple of close calls, including one that was very, very close call. Like my health bar was down below this little thing here. I was extremely close to dead. I can't remember where that was, I just remember it happening. But I think we've had maybe twice, I think, I've had close calls. But otherwise this has been pretty effective, pretty strong. And I remember this guy being a pain as well. Don't really remember why though. He has got a lot of health. He has got a lot of friends coming too. I think it might be time to back off. Take care of some of the friends. What is that doing? Reduce resistance, regeneration, offensive, 40 total resist. Alright, so he's knocking my chaos res down to 37%. So, when you come in here, be very careful about this guy. Alright, so Karas Adal here, Wares of the Damned. If you're playing a Force Wave Soldier, you can come here and shop for weapons. And he has other things as well. These are all MIs. Elixir of the Void, I already have that. These ones here are good for pets. So if you're playing a pet build, you can get these from either the boss of Darkvale Gate, or you can come here and buy them. And every time you go to the next level, count to 5, come back. This will have all refreshed, and you'll have new stuff to buy. So you can do that with all of the merchants in all of the skeleton key dungeons, or just all of the merchants in the game, really. Location number 2, where our nemesis could be, is just here. And he's not here because we already said hello to him. Okay, this is another one of the kind of gauntlet areas where you have a... sorry, this is where you could have a another reliquary. So this will be like they lock you in the room, you fight a few waves, and then the chest unlocks. I think because we did that on the previous level, I think this one's not here, or it could be that it's just you know, a chance to be there. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't done a huge amount of farming of this place. I think this is probably 20th, 25th time I've done this dungeon, something like that. So we head down this right hand side here, and the door down is going to be like here. That'll be our, I think, 3rd and final level of this dungeon. See, this one is pretty good. 30% casting speed. If you are playing a Force Wave character, you scale off casting speed because Force Wave is a spell. So that is pretty good for Force Wave. I'm not playing a Force Wave character, so it's staying on the floor. So we'll have a look at the loot after I get out of here, but I think so far we're at 3 legendaries and maybe like 8 or so blues. And I didn't really check how many iron bits. Okay, last floor. So on this floor, you potentially have 3 different spawn locations for the Nemesis. You have 3 different locations for a totem. You have 1 more reliquary, potentially, and there's a chest that's kind of hidden off the map. So I will hit all of those locations just to kind of showcase it, and then we will go kill the boss. Okay, I can see the totem is on the map. I'm going to head towards that first. These crystals will just pop up at random. They're all through this dungeon. They're basically traps, and they will do various things. You know, they'll pulse a nova around them, they'll throw meteors at you, they'll shoot out fireballs, all different things like that. This looks like it might have some treasure behind it. Yep, there we go. Obsidian cluster. Okay. So this little platform that we are on right now is another potential Nemesis spawn location. As you can see, the Nemesis are everywhere, especially in the key dungeons. There are many, many locations on every floor. As far as the totems go, this little circle here, this can be a totem. It's not, we obviously already see it, it's down here. Ancient Void Touched is the more difficult one, so just if your build is a little bit squishy, you know, maybe you're not quite sure, just clear the area first, immediately teleport away, try and pull the first wave out so as you don't have to fight all of the reinforcements as well, and you should be alright. Or just skip it. I mean, if you can't do a totem, you probably don't want to be in here because the last boss is going to wreck you, but yeah, just if you're not sure and you're playing on hardcore, just skip it. Even if you're playing on softcore, if you die in here, you can't come back in until you reset, and it'll cost you another skeleton key. And the skeleton keys they're not free. They're not horrendously expensive, but they do take a Blood of Chthon to craft, which is not cheap again. So every run through Bastion of Chaos, I think on average you get about 1 or 2. And if you're doing the other key dungeons, you get 0. Alright. I'm just going to clear the area, even though I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Okay. So I'll actually show you what I would do if I was, you know, I'm brand new. I don't have this fancy amulet with 8% max chaos res. I don't have it anymore anyway, but and we have plus maximum vitality resistance in here. That's nice. It's definitely worth checking these when you come in, and I should have done it. Okay, so if I was scared of this is what I would do. I'm going to come over here. I have Vire's Might, which I'm going to immediately charge towards the door with. So pop the totem, run. Now, stuff's going to chase you, and that's fine. The things I'm looking for, just while I'm doing this, any of these that have the Arcane modifier, and you will know because they will have big blue glowy aura around them, that needs to die first. If you don't have an Arcane, Vampiric is fine. He will just heal himself by hitting you. If there's no Arcane, I usually prioritize freezing, because they will freeze you, and then you can't hit things and you can't get your life back. These Void Oppressors, I have 13,000 health. Once I kill these, have a look at my health once they're all dead. There you go, it's come back. I have 17.5. So they have an aura that basically reduces your maximum health by like 30% or something silly like that. You want to kill them first. So we got Perrin's Effigy offhand, and we got a triple rare, or sorry, a double rare. This is not an MI. But Ancient of Squalls is, can stay on the floor. As long as we're here, this here is the other location for Nemesis. In this next room, there could be a totem here. And just off the side here is a secret room with some loot. I think that's the only thing in here. Yep. Alright, we're done. So we're going to go into the next little area. We've already found the totem. I've showed all of the locations where it could be. There's one more location where it could be a Nemesis, and this next little room here can be a trap room with loot in it. It looks like it is a trap room. See the door's shut, I can't get out now. So, you know, win or die, basically it. And this does look like it's sitting in cluster, but it's locked. So I probably have 1 or 2 more waves to kill, and then I get some shiny loot. That's it. Another legendary, 2-handed ranged. Rubbish, but I'll take it. I'll probably melt that down. This is our little pile of legendaries so far. Okay, so the only thing left in this dungeon now is basically the boss and a few groups of trash between me and him. With that said, those few groups of trash are still fairly dangerous. Can be, I guess. Okay. So I'm just going to check the boss, just to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I'm pretty sure he's mostly fire damage. Looking at Grim Tools, it does look like he is mostly fire, with chaos, some lightning, and physical. So pretty much how I remembered it. Chaos and fire, with some lightning, and physical. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. When you come in here, there's going to be a whole bunch of those little totems that pop up and cast spells at you. So you can walk in to trigger them. They'll pop up when you get near them. There they are. Now these last a certain amount of time. So I could just go stand over here and wait for them to go away. Which is probably what I should do. But it's not what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go and engage him. I'm going to trust in my regeneration and my attack damage converted to health. I am, however, not going to stand in fire. And there he goes. Now, I remember the first time I did this on the Death Knight. It was fully decked out in Krieg's gear. I had really nice stuff. It wasn't the final two-handed, like dual-wielding build. I still had a shield, so I was blocking a ton of damage. I had, I think I had an amulet or something with like +3 or 4 to all my resistances. And I was kiting up and down this hallway, desperately trying to stay alive long enough for my potion to come off cooldown. Compared to this, I would say, you know, everyone says do Death Knight as your first class. It's really easy. There's a target farmable set. Yeah. That's true. I think this is better. Speaking of, there's the shield for Aether Death Knights, if that's what you want to do. So, and a ring. This is what we got from this dungeon. 5 legendaries. This one didn't count. I got that outside. So 5 legendaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 legendaries. 7 legendaries. So 7 legendaries and 4, 5, 6, 7 epics. The MI from the Nemesis. And I picked this up because just out of habit, really. So if that was a Tyrant's Obsidian War Cleaver of Celerity, I would say that is the perfect Force Wave weapon. Oh, I missed one. Glad I went back for that. Let's see if this one has anything better in it. Nope. Okay, so that is the Bastion of Chaos. I was not expecting it to be that easy. A lot of that is going to come down to this Chaos resist being so high and Vitality resist being high. And then the boss does fire, but I mean, you saw our life bar got down to about half, but that was it. But yeah, that was considerably easier than I expected, and it just goes to show you how powerful this build is. Like I said, I've replaced the amulet and the gloves, and I had a slight upgrade on this metal, and that's it. This is basically a leveling build. So I'm going to call that the end of the Bastion of Chaos. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.